All right, Monster High, Boo-riginal, Creeproduction, Robecca Steam. This is the third and final video. So I'm just gonna show you the box, and then we will open it up. Okay, so it says, Monster High, meet the frighteningly fashionable teenage children of the world's most famous monsters. Robecca Steam, daughter of a mad scientist, age 116. Pet, Captain Penny is my mechanical penguin. I'm talking mechanical. Captain Penny is my mechanical penguin. Working wings are unnecessary when one is equipped with a rocket pack. Favorite food, even though I do not require traditional food, I am fond of ginger ale. BFFs, Rochelle Goyle and Frankie Stein. Okay, so you just have to get the tape off this right, and you can do this without damaging your box. I had a little trouble with Robecca. I always seem to have a bit of trouble when I switch from one doll brand to another. So I had just done a bunch of Rainbow High, and then for some reason I couldn't figure out how to get these ones right away. So there is a piece of tape at the top that's attaching the inside cardboard to the outside. So like right here, there's the tape that attaches the inside and the outside. So you gotta separate that to get it out. You can undo these outside pieces too if you want. You don't have to, because it will just slide out of the bottom. But if you want to undo these, you can. I mean, I'm gonna end up flattening the box out anyway, so for me it's just easier to do it now. Okay, so I'm pretty good with not tearing the box, but you're always gonna have a little tear here and there unless you're moving at snail speed. Okay, so like I said, you could slide it out the bottom, or you could just do it like that. So now we're gonna cut the little plastic thingies. What is the technical name for these little plastic doohickeys? I'm sure they have a name, and I probably even know what it is, and I just can't think of it off the top of my head. I mean, if you don't care about the box, then you don't have to worry about any of this, but if you are trying to use your box for something else, or if you're trying to save it for later, I know some people will unbox and then they will actually set their doll up how they want it and then put it back in the box. I don't do that, but you know what? That's my doll, and I am going to do what I want, and if it's your doll, then you should do what you want. So, I mean, I think from a younger age, I didn't have anywhere to store doll boxes, that's for sure, so I would cut them up, cut pieces out, and you can either make yourself a collage on a bigger piece of cardboard, or you can make something that hangs from the ceiling. I mean, there's so many things you can do with the art on the box. So you just do whatever you want to do. if you want to throw it in the recycling bin, you just go right ahead. I mean, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm just showing you. And I like to do it this way because I like to show close up in really good light, because I find a lot of videos, you know, I mean, they show you, but they don't really get close up, and the lighting, you know, is more for a nice video, not for actually looking at all the details in good light. So I could do that too. I could put on some mood lighting and, you know, but that's not the point. The point is to show the reality of what you're getting. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So it's not the most exciting. You know, maybe one day, if people are interested, then I would take you on a little tour of my, I can't say doll room, because I have probably 3 rooms that have different types of dolls and things. So, I mean, I'm lucky enough to have not a lot of space, but, you know, enough space that I can enjoy things a little more. I mean, I still, you know, you still have to store some things in tubs or cycle them, you know. I mean, if you have a lot of dolls, you kind of have to cycle them on your shelf, because it's impossible to get everyone on there all at the same time. Okay, I think I finally got the back undone. That was long. Hopefully not super boring. Okay, so I'm gonna show the comb first, because the first video I dropped it and then I kind of almost forgot about it. Okay, so it says Monster High. Hopefully you can see that. And I tested it out and it does work, so that's always good. I'm going to start with her. So, oh wow, she came out easy compared to the other 2. All right, more kind of boring, getting the head pieces out. Wow, these are even easier than, I'm telling you. You know, it depends on the doll. I had a rougher time trying to get Venus out. All right, so her purse has an elastic attaching it, so for now I'm just gonna leave that on. Okay, and you can just pull her hair out of there. Now I'm going to cut her the things in her scalp, just so I don't forget. Now this is probably a good doll to do this, because her hair is like kind of, I don't want to say curly. I mean, it's kind of curly, but it's, you know, I don't know if it's harder to find these things on dark hair or light hair, you know, but I mean, you want to get most of the hair out of the way to get to the scalp, so you're not cutting the hair. So hopefully, I mean, you can definitely see these easier than on some dolls I've done. And if you sort of pull the hair down with your fingers, it's easier to make sure you don't actually cut any of her hair. All right. Okay, so I got the 3. Okay, so let's have a look at her and then I'll comb her hair. Okay, so she's got her goggles. They are attached to her head with clip, one of those things, and an elastic, I see. So if you want to make sure you don't lose that, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, you can take it off or on or do what you like. Okay, then she's got her earrings. I can see the end of her goggles. They look like they would stay on pretty good, but like I said, it's up to you if you want to cut the elastic. There's her earrings. I also just did a video on the G3 Rochelle, and I loved her, so, you know, I don't know if you guys love both or if you have a preference. Okay, so she's got her little jacket. It's like a pleather jacket, so you can take that off if you want to. Okay, so you can see it's pleather. It's nice and smooth. Okay, and then she's got her dress. This is like pleathery too, but not shiny. And then this is fabric. You can take this off. It just pops off in the front if you don't want to have this on. I'm like trying to do it there just to show you. So if you want to take that off, you can. And then it just pops back on like that. Yep, well, try and do that fast. Okay. My nails are a little on the short side right now, so I'm not used to having such stumpy nails. Okay, so you can see the detailing on her skin. Okay, and then our boots. They've got these sort of softer plastic fins on the side. And her heels move around. That's interesting. They're really bendy. That's actually surprising. I thought they would be stiff. Okay, and the back. That's what she looks like from the back. So those are easy to take off and on if you want. And I'll show you her purse. So that's the back. And that's the front. Nice plastic detailing. And of course, it opens up. So that's always good. If you want to put something sneaky in there. Okay. So you don't have to, obviously you can take off that elastic, but that would take me time, so I will do that later. Okay, so I did mention in the other videos, Rochelle's hair. Okay, so you can see Rebecca's hair is like wavy. I don't want to say curly, wavy. So if you don't want to comb it, you don't have to. I'll comb it just so you can see what it looks like combed. Rochelle's hair was really like kind of gunky. And Venus's hair was less gunky. And Rebecca's hair doesn't feel really gunky, so I don't know, maybe my Rochelle just got a little too much gunk. I have no idea, but it can can always be washed. Okay, so, you know, you brush hair out and then it gets kind of fuzzy, but I do find if you brush it out and then just run your fingers through it over and over and over. My hands are clean. I do wash my hands before I open dolls. But if you just finger comb, the curls come back. So, you know, you don't have to worry about wrecking your curls when you comb it. It's fine. You know, if you just run your fingers through it, the curls will come back. But, you know, it didn't look bad before I brushed it. So, you know, it's up to you if you want to brush it or not brush it. And, you know, you can always, I don't like stick the head under the water, but if you get your hand wet and finger comb, you'll just bring those curls back. So, she's looking a little staticky right now just because I'm in a dry climate. So you can probably see her hair starting to stand on end a little bit. All right, but I love this blue. This is like one of my favorite colors. So I'm a little partial, you know, it depends what your favorite colors are. So I really love this hair color. And on the new Robecca G3, man, that is like the best hair I've ever seen. Okay, so here we go. I am going to stop babbling and get the doll stand out. Okay, so if you slide it down and get the top out, then you can just sort of bring the bottom back up and kind of like wiggle it through, and it won't wreck your cardboard. Yeah. You see, I said that and then I jinxed myself. Okay, there we go. All right, and I will clip him out of here. I guess he's kind of stuck in here. Come on, buddy. All right, here we go. All right, so here he is. Now he is harder than the other pets were. The other pets were had like rubbery, kind of bendy parts. He's pretty solid. So hopefully you can see all the details. Okay, and I will show you the base of the stand. I love it. Okay. I'm always ranting about wanting more stands, so I don't like the generic stands. I like my dolls all to have their own branded doll stands. So I would love if every Monster High doll came with a stand. Just saying. And, you know, if not, you know, it'd be nice if they made, you know, not just for Monster High, but, you know, all the brands. It'd be nice if you could buy stands separately if you wanted to, because I really don't like the cheap generic doll stands. Okay, so the last thing in here is her diary. So says, this diary belongs to Rebecca Steam. I'll blow my stack if you read my diary. Okay then. So I have an English and okay, so all that's English, and then I go into French. So if you're Canadian, those are our two official languages. So you're going to get an English and French diary. So depending on what country you're in will depend on the language in the diary. So you want to keep that in mind if you're buying from a different country because you can't get it in your own. That I'm assuming that they all have English and whatever else. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but you know, just so you're aware that it will be English and some other language. Okay, so there she is, all unboxed. Let me know if I am forgetting anything, or you know, I tried to get through all three pretty quickly, so let me know what you think. Who's your favorite? Like and subscribe, because I'm a Monster High collector, so you know, if you like Monster High and you want to see more Monster High dolls, for sure, you want to like and subscribe. All right, thank you.